By your request, this is my project review of Crypto.com's CRO Coin. So right off the bat here, you can hop on over to my Patreon to read the Crypto.com and CRO token review that I have. It's entirely for free, and I will provide the link in my bio, but you can also see it up here. So Crypto.com early on was founded in 2016, and they were actually a group that paid about $10 million to get the domain name Crypto.com. They do have a fiat on and off ramp and are a custodial investment wallet, so you can use them to hold your cryptocurrencies. They also, this is a key feature, allow US users to get and use a debit card, which is kind of unique because not many projects are regulated enough to have been approved in the US. So that's why that is kind of interesting. They are also working right now on their own project blockchain. You may have been familiar with Ethereum's blockchain and used decentralized exchanges or other DeFi applications such as Uniswap, 1inch, or SushiSwap. And the problem with that right now on Ethereum is that the gas fees, which are the ETH required to perform an action or do a transaction, are so high that it's prohibitive for many smaller investors. For instance, if you want to make a trade on Uniswap, the gas fees were up to the hundreds of dollars for a transaction. So if you're buying like $100 worth of cryptocurrency, which is what I was doing earlier on, for instance, if $150 is how much the gas fee for Ethereum is, and you pay that to buy and then to sell, you've paid $300 on your $100 investment. So you already are $400 in the hole, and you only have $100 worth of the crypto project on Ethereum that you invested in. So now your coin has to go up to $500. That is not something that is the most usable for many smaller investors. If you're trading with like thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, it's not that big a deal because like $1,000, $100 is like 10% or 20% if you're doing it 2 times. But when you're dealing with smaller money, this is much more of a barrier. And so the promise here is that the new blockchain will allow for transactions that are much less expensive. There were other solutions that were proposed, such as layer 2 solutions on the Ethereum blockchain, but other chains are finding much more success. For instance, Binance Smart Chain has their own BNB token. And when they created PancakeSwap on the Binance Smart Chain, the BNB token actually reached all-time highs. And this happened because many people were moving from Ethereum's blockchain to Binance's smart chain because the fees are just so much less. So as you can see here, PancakeSwap, which is less than a year old, has a history that shows around February, the price really started to take off. It was hovering here around $1.50, not too much back in January. And then once February hit, it just took off, and it's now valued at $17. And the total market cap is $2.5 billion. And if we look at Binance Smart Chain, the same thing happened, right? Back in January, it was $40. February, it started taking off with the use of the smart chain because Ethereum fees were so high. And now it's looking around $266 with a market cap of $41 billion. So this really shows that a lot of money was moving from Ethereum to Binance. And now we could see something similar with Crypto.com and the CRO token. So right now, Crypto.com's CRO coin price is around $5 billion. And as we saw with Binance, it was around $40 billion. So if it serves as a similar replacement to Ethereum from Binance, could serve to get, in this case, about an 8x upside from the current price. So that's one of the things that we could look out for with CRO. So Crypto.com's mainnet has actually launched, and it is crypto.org. And one of the things to consider with crypto.com as a project is that they are very focused on newer investors. That's kind of their goal. And that's why they went for the crypto.com domain name, because so many people who are looking up, Bitcoin or crypto are going to be going to bitcoin.com or crypto.com. And so that is something that they have a pretty big advantage on Binance with. So that is something to keep in mind with this project. It's fairly old. It's been established. The team is not anonymous. There's very low risk. I would say, in fact, almost no risk of a rug pull. There could be a risk of a project hack. We saw something like that happen with other projects, other big projects like Ethereum had that hack back in 2016. And to solve it, they just forked the coin. So Now you have Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and Ethereum Classic is the hack included. Ethereum is with a patch, no hack, and a fix for the hack. So the team is not anonymous. This is a really good thing. And one of the issues with rug pulls also is that the ERC20 tokens that are being made on the Ethereum blockchain all too often are made with an anonymous team who hypes up the coin, gets a lot of buy-in, and then pulls the rug, so to speak, which basically means they drain the smart contract. So all the ERC20 tokens all of a sudden become worthless, and the creators run away anonymously with all of the money. So this is much harder to do when the creating team is not anonymous. So the Crypto.com team is not anonymous, which is really important. Another thing that is really interesting is the Crypto.com group was doing a token burn, which you can read about on Yahoo Finance. But basically what they said is they were taking their total supply of tokens from 100 billion to 30 billion. So they were burning 70 billion CRO tokens and had already burned, back when this article was published, February, 59.6 billions, and the remaining 10.4 have been burned since then. So at this point, Crypto.com has successfully decentralized their CRO token. And that was the primary purpose of this, that they burned all of those set aside for the creators and the project developers so that the network could be fully decentralized, as you see here. So that is really good bullish news. It means the project and the team is really on board with making this project a success because of that. And they are also planning to allow or enable NFTs to be built on top of the CRO, on top of the crypto.org blockchain. And the big news with that is once people start developing on crypto.com or on the crypto.org blockchain, there is a lot of room for growth, right? Because Binance, we saw go all the way up to 40 billion, and Crypto.com is currently at about 5 billion. So that's an 8x potential room for growth. One of the downsides, however, that you want to consider, the bearish case, is that if the Ethereum network is able to fix their fees issue, the amount of money flowing from Ethereum to other alternative blockchains will probably decrease significantly. When you saw with the chart, Binance spiked up when everyone was fleeing Ethereum. But as the gas fees have kind of cooled off and have gone down, the amount of money going from ETH to Binance is significantly less, and Binance has kind of entered a consolidation phase. So that is something to keep in mind, that if Ethereum is able to fix the gas fees, which they are hoping to do with some rollouts soon, there is not as much incentive for people to go from ETH to CRO. And the last bit of news that is important to consider is the SEC, right? The Securities and Exchange Commission has been known to cause problems for many crypto projects in the past. Take, for instance, Ripple XRP token. They are currently being sued by the SEC for an unlicensed sale of a security. Because the XRP group is not a decentralized cryptocurrency, it's a very centralized one. In fact, about 80% of the total XRP tokens are held by the founders. So if the creators wanted to, they could dump that all on the market and essentially pull out. And at this point, they have enough money that they could hire the legal team to protect them if that were to happen, similar to how they are fighting the SEC. Whereas smaller projects with the rug pull, it's much harder to defend that because you don't make, tens, hundreds of millions of dollars or even billions of dollars to be able to defend your project. So that pretty much covers everything for the Crypto.com CRO token review. If you have other crypto projects or tokens you want me to review, leave them in the comments and I'll try to get to those as quickly as I can. I have also reviewed Cardano's ADA token. So if you want to read about that, it's available for free on my Patreon or my Medium. Both are going to be linked in the bio. And if you want to read the full report of my Crypto.com CRO review, you can find that as well on my Medium and my Patreon. Both will be linked in the description. I'm planning to make another video about ADA coming soon. So if you want to get updates on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, select the bell notifications all, so that way you're notified whenever I post a new video. If you got value from this video, please consider liking it. It really helps out my channel and I'd greatly appreciate it, and is an entirely free way to support my work. I also recently went through how you could do research for yourself on a project. We looked at SafeMoon. So if you want to see that, I will be linking that video now. So that pretty much wraps up the review of Crypto.com and the CRO Coin. If you have any questions or comments about this, please leave them in the comment section and I will get back to those as soon as I can. Keep in mind, there are a lot of scams in the comments recently, so please do be careful. Never send your money or your cryptocurrency to random people online. You never know who you're sending it to, and I would never ask you to send me money. So keep in mind, if you see imposters, report them, let me know, and hopefully we can get that sorted out so that they stop trying to scam people. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow, and I will see you next time.